What's up, guys? I promised you a very, very special treat today, and you're about to get it. Half mile ahead here is the world's largest collection of vintage trail bikes, and it is absolutely off the hook. The setting is absolutely ridiculous. It's at that huge 400-acre field that looks like God himself planted it there. It is absolutely stunning. It's entirely created by one man, James Hollerick. An amazing journey, starting with 4 vintage Bultaco motorcycles that he restored many, many moons ago. Now he has hundreds of the finest restored racing motorcycles you'll ever see right here in Chester, Massachusetts. Come on down. It's God's country up here, but it's also cow country. Some beautiful farms up here. This is what Jim's farm was. It was a dairy farm. It's on Henry Wood Road, and we're about to check it out. Actually, this is his family. That is part of his farm. This is it. They have an ISDT reunion here every so often, and look at these fields. They set up a huge motocross track in these fields. I'm coming if they do another one. What a great spot for a 500 shootout. 400 acres of pristine country fields. And as we come up here to these 2 red barns, you're not going to see any motorcycle signs. You're not going to see any evidence whatsoever about what lays inside. And it is open to the public, but you've got to call the man himself, the guy who restored all the bikes. He's the curator. He's the caretaker. He's the one you call to make an appointment. And if you want to bring a group in, it's admissions free, but he accepts donations. And I've only been here once before, and the video I took here got more views than any other video I've ever taken, so stay tuned. You're in for a real treat. Any video I've ever put on Facebook got 15,000 views overnight, and this is why. I look around you. This place is spectacular. I feel like it's like something from The Wizard of Oz. I mean, the clouds are over the mountains, and somewhere over the rainbow. We just pulled up, and Christian's like, is this Jim's? Because you can't tell what lays inside here, but you're in for an amazing treat. You're going to see the coolest vintage race bikes you've ever seen.
Easy to attach it.
It's beautiful, Jim.
But it didn't go very good.
It's got the snow tracks, and check it out. It's even got a little sled for the kids on the back.
No, that's for that one here.
Oh, for that one there?
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, you actually sit on that, and that's a snowmobile?
That's a snowmobile.
It's a Bolin snowmobile. Something
64.
I've never seen one of these before. It is so awesome. And the whole place is full of memorabilia, OSA signs, full bore signs, all this memorabilia from the 60s and 70s. And you'll see most of these bikes are in the museum, and it is absolutely spectacular. Here's a Yankee Z, twin cylinder. Yankee Bob's got a bunch of these. 500cc simultaneous firing. Now that could be simultaneous firing, or you could have it alternate fire. The crank could be split, right?
I think you could change it 10 degrees at a time.
Those are just really cool bikes. Jim's a ex-pro racer himself. He used to race for money when he was a kid, right? You were a pro racer, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you were expert pro.
No, just amateur.
Amateur?
Yeah.
But you won a bunch of races, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tons of trophies. And Jim has done some ISDT rally reunions here, which a lot of people showed up for. And he's got a lot of my ideas for my museum I got from Jim coming up here. And what he's created inside, you'll see the Hall of Fame he has in there. I kind of borrowed that idea and did the same thing at our place. So where everybody who's won a championship gets to sign it. So nice jacket, Christy.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that, babe?
Ooh, Santa bought me that.
Santa bought it?
Yeah.
Harry Santa?
Harry Santa.
Oh yeah. So come on inside. We'll show you what Jim's got here. So in here is rows and rows of beautiful OSA motorcycles, and the coolest thing about it is you'd never expect this going from outside. This is Jim's. This is one of the Wall of Fames, and a lot of guys like legends in the sport have signed this wall here. You might recognize. Who are some of the significant guys that signed this?
Oh. Dave Roper.
Dave Roper?
The only American to win the Isle of Man.
Wow. Bill Blythe's going to like hearing that one.
Yeah, he's on there someplace.
Billy Blythe signed it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, our own Isle of Man expert. Look at this Yankee jerseys. That's something you'll never see another one of those anywhere, I don't think, will you? I mean, in rows and rows of OSA and Can-Am gas tanks and beautiful signs. And what model is this one here, Jim?
That's a 6-day.
That's a 6-day. What up?
Yeah. 73.
And you polished all the aluminum on it like that?
Oh yeah, took some rims all apart.
That's a lot of work. How many hours does it take to polish a rim like that?
Well, it depends how bad they are, you know. There's a trail bikes that usually you're not in too good a shape.
Yeah, they're beat up and you got to sand them down and buff them. Wow. Then
when I first bought the buffer, it says, you know, buff it, but you know, you do this and do that, you know. But gee, them scratches, boy, I buffed and buffed for days, and then I found out you gotta sand them or grind them out and then buff it, you know. Just like if you were gonna paint it, you know.
so you got to take all the imperfections off, and then
Yeah.
before you put the final finish on, it's got to be nice, right?
I tried to buff it right from the start.
Yeah. Well, you know, are you self-taught on the restorations, or did someone teach you how to
No,
restore bikes, or how did you figure out how to do this?
Made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes. That's how you learn.
So you learn the old-fashioned way, self-taught, and the hard way, right?
Yeah.
And you never forget the lessons that you learned the hard way.
Oh,
This second bike here, this is a street legal OSA. Now, this is something
that's an early one. Yeah, that's a 160.
I doubt you'll ever see one of these anywhere.
I think it's a 160.
Just beautiful,
Yeah.
stunning piece. And then this OSA here, this has Jim taught me a little bit about these in my last couple of visits. Jim comes down to the museum all the time. If you recognize the name Hollerick, Heidi Hollerick, she runs our museum on the weekends down in Connecticut. She was going to come up with us, but she's busy this weekend. This is Bolger Suspension. Tell us a little bit about that unique suspension, Jim.
Yeah, Joe Bolger and Ware Mass designed that, and it worked. Because it's progressive linkage like they use on all the bikes now.
Yep.
But he had two shocks on his, one on each side.
So it's very similar to a modern monoshock, but he used twin. Are those Mazakis or are those? Yeah, they're Mazaki Shocks. They're beautiful. I thought they were Works Performance at first glance, but they're beautiful. I love the colors.
Like I say, the Japanese, they made it simple, only one shock.
Yep.
So
Less money too. One shot costs less.
lefts and rights and complicated.
How many of those do you think exist in the world? The Bolger Suspension
I don't
OSAs?
know.
Not that many, I would
No.
bet.
I only got 6.
You only have 6. I think you cornered the market. I would bet there's probably not more than 100, 200 of those ever made, right?
I would say 100.
Most of them got run into the ground. Now, is this a Mick Andrews replica? This one here.
Yeah.
I think this might have been one of the ones Jim loaned us when we first opened the museum. He loaned us very graciously 20 motorcycles and a couple of the Mick Andrews, because I believe you've got at least 4 or 5 of those here, don't you?
Yeah.
Those are beautiful. And this here, this was at the New England Motorcycle Museum for a while. This is a champion frame. Now, tell us a little about this one here. That was my head smashing the lamp, but I got a pretty thick head, so.
A short tracker that they made in Schenectady. The distributor made them. OSA distributor made them. The only thing OSA is the motor. All the other stuff they bought.
So the OSA distributor actually manufactured these for the public?
Yeah.
It looks like it.
50, 75 of them, that's all.
It looks like it would work really well. Like would it be competitive today against the modern bikes, you think, or?
I don't know.
It looks like it would. This is.
A little short on power, probably.
Yep. It would definitely
Handling, like I say, yeah, good.
would kick butt in the vintage classes. And this one here, donated by Ed Riley. If you have a vintage OSA bike and you want to see it displayed in the museum, give Jim a call. Just look up the Trail Bike Museum in Cheshire, Mass. And a lot of these bikes, or some of these, at least this one was donated. Same thing at our museum, people don't donate bikes.
And this one I made the cover of the magazine.
Wow.
That's,
The cover of the vintage motorcycle and dirt bike.
it's an Australian magazine.
You know you're doing something right when you're on the cover of an Australian magazine.
Yeah, it goes all over the world.
Wow.
Yeah, give me a nice write-up on it.
So this is a twin to the other one. So they made 50 of them, and how many do you?
Well, 50 or 75.
And you've got 2 of them.
No, I got 9.
9. Wow.
I think.
You probably have the 9 remaining museum quality ones, right?
I just came upon them, you know.
Wow. Another OSA 250 trail bike. This one's really unique. I love the logo. The logo is just beautiful.
Yeah, that's a 4-speed.
What size is that one, Jim?
250.
250?
Almost all of them are 250s.
Great size. Yeah, great bike. This is a little bit newer one, 77.
Yeah.
What year did OSA go out of business?
78, I think.
78. So that was the second to last year.
78 was pretty skinny.
Beautiful collection of vintage SIDI and Boltaco and Factory Mako jerseys, OSA jerseys. Just beautiful. Well done. This is beautiful too. The red and gold. Stunning. I think this one was one of the ones you might have loaned to us, unless it's a twin to another one.
Yeah, these are the good ones. 'Cause, well, they were all good, but this was the better one because it was light, about 35 pounds lighter.
Wow. Why was it so lighter?
It was a frame. They made a lighter frame out of 4130, and the hubs are smaller.
Wow.
The light's smaller. Everything.
Jim,
We're stuck in the mud. It made a big difference.
Oh, I
yeah,
bet.
yeah. Do you have a favorite in the collection that something that touched your heart as the most fun bike?
Like that one.
What year is this one?
76, 77, they made them, yeah.
When you were racing, which ones did you race?
Well, all kinds, but that was the best one. the lighter.
You had your most success on that one?
Yeah.
And then this one here, the orange and black, the colors are just beautiful. They picked some really nice colors. The manufacturers today could take a clue.
That's Kubota orange.
Oh, it is? It's beautiful, Jim. Now, you lay down the paint and striping on these yourself?
Yeah.
Do you do a single stage or do you do a base coat, clear coat?
Well, I did a couple clear coats, but
Yeah.
usually just a one.
Beautiful silver and black. Wow. What size is this one?
That's a
Relatively?
175.
I was going to say the cylinder looks a little smaller. Beautiful, beautiful piece. And look at this, rows and rows of OSA engines. Wow. Are these engines you did you restore these engines?
Well, I got them running.
You got them all running?
Yeah. You can swap parts, you know, pistons and cylinders and stuff.
How did you get them running? Did you put them in a chassis and
I
then
just put them on a frame on the floor.
put them in a frame on the floor
Yeah.
and run an auxiliary
Start 'em
tank?
up as long as they run, you know.
As long as it ran, then you would restore them cosmetically. Just beautiful. A lot. How long does it take to restore a motor like that? Do you ever time yourself?
Oh, it depends how bad they are.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if it's super clean, it's easy, right?
Some of them you just paint them, and the other ones you got to go all through it.
Very nice, very nice. I like what you do with the display here. We have some OSA engines. I think that I got from you a while back that are in the museum.
Yeah.
We haven't restored them like this though. Maybe you'll give me the motivation to do it. Now here's a piece you'll never see again. I don't think.
Yeah, they never imported that.
Wow, that is a beauty.
Because they made them in Spain for a couple of years
What a stunning piece.
after the distributor closed.
That's sexy, red and golden.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you like? What do you think's better, an OSA 250 motor or a Boltaco 250 motor from the
They're
7?
about the same.
They're
yeah.
designed similar and they run and operate about the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
It has good points and bad points, just like the other one.
Now here's a rare piece. You got a Bolger suspension on a trials bike,
Yeah.
which will
It
take.
is a special one. Like you. I
Wow.
don't think you made too many of them.
No. Well, I've never seen one before, and I've been to Daytona 30 times and every museum on the East Coast. So I think you cornered the market on the flat trackers and the Bolgers. Something about this red and gold paint is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. This was at the Shelburne Museum exhibition.
Yeah, I have. Actually, I have a dozen, 10 of them up there for a while.
I didn't give you a plaque like this for loaning them to me. Now I feel like a dirtbag. I gotta do a plaque for you. Yeah, I gotta do something. Yeah. Wow. Jeez. And you've got, are these all four the same model here, Jim?
Yeah.
Am I seeing double or is there 4 rows of beauties right here? Okay, this is from my friend Ken out of New Jersey, a collector who wanted to see a Yankee motor. Remember I called you last week and I said I had a friend who was looking for one?
Yeah.
And I told him about your racing motor. Is that the big head?
That's a flat tracker.
The flat tracker. That looks so cool.
Dick Man said he made two of them.
Wow. Tell me what exactly, to the uninitiated, I know what it is, but explain to the uninitiated what you're looking at here, because this is really a cool piece.
Also, it's a Yankee frame, but they put a different steering head on it for smaller shocks.
For flat track.
Yeah, and the motor's got the motocross cylinders on it.
Most of our viewers out there watching this don't know what a Yankee is. What is a Yankee motorcycle?
It was made in Schenectady, New York by the OSA distributor, John Taylor.
Okay. And what did John do here? Because this looks an awful like a single OSA 250.
The top end is.
So you got twin 250s mated together.
Just the cylinders.
The cylinders.
The bottom's different.
The bottom's a total different bottom end. The crank obviously would be different.
It's a
And,
two-piece.
and we talked earlier when I saw the flyer out there about there being either a single firing or a alternating firing crank pin.
Shifting brakes on the same side.
Jim, how did you set this one up? Was this a single fire or is this a dual fire?
Don't know.
Have you?
I bought the bike, it was just in pieces.
And you put it all together?
And the motor was all together.
It is
And it looked
just.
great, so I just left it.
It's beautiful.
I never started it because you got to push it to start.
I can only imagine what do these sound like with a set of headers on?
Good, yeah.
They sound good. They fill the jungle with sound.
Yeah.
Wow. This, I think of all the bikes in the collection here, this one made it like when I left the last time, like 6 months later, I look back in the Yankee, the twin head 250, because I'm a big two-stroke buff, and I love 500s, this one left a real impression on me.
So, it's quick knockoff sprocket stuff on the back.
Is that what that is? Wow.
So you qualify and you made the main event, you can turn the tire around.
Wow.
You got a fresh side.
Wow. That's awesome. So you could actually change the sprocket over to where the disc is on this
Yeah, you could turn the wheel around.
without and switch. So you'd put you'd have to switch the sprocket with the disc, right?
Yeah.
Love the header on it. Now here's a stock Yankee top end, which looks huge, but something about the racing head just looks badass. And maybe it's because
a motocross.
and it could be the smaller tank makes the engine look bigger too. That's part of it, right?
They're bigger cylinders, but the same displacement.
Is it the same frame? A similar frame? They just modified it?
Just the steering head's different.
Very, very cool. So they made it a steeper steering head for flat track racing, right?
I don't know.
And this is a completely restored. You won't see, well, I don't think you'll see one this fine anywhere other than here. This is a 72 500Z. Now this is exactly how they came from the factory. Wow. Jimbo's got a distillery here, huh?
That's how Grandpa got his start.
That's awesome. Wow. The memorabilia is just off the hook here, Jim. The collection is second to none. This is the finest trail bike collection probably in the world. Tom White had a beautiful museum, but I think after he passed away, they liquidated it, so that's gone. I'm pretty sure. Went to other collections,
This
but
is one of the last ones they sold.
yeah, you can see the suspension going to.
Was it 77? Yeah.
What did they improve on this from the earlier versions? And you said you like the earlier one better. Is this too heavy?
I never, they had very few of these, I don't know.
So you didn't
It's
get
got a different 5-quart cylinder on it.
you didn't race this one, so you wouldn't know, right? Did the earlier ones all have up pipes also? They did. Yeah, this is an up pipe, but the suspension geometry had changed and been modified, correct?
Yeah, that's when they were putting the shocks on a slant and stuff.
Yep. Very nice. Just beautiful. And then you've got a Suzuki GS 250T.
That's only a 250.
It's big for a 250. It looks like
Yeah.
it could be a 500.
Well, maybe the next year it was.
They gave it a born stroke. Now this is the colors on this. The chrome, you just don't see this on new motorcycles. The beautiful polished aluminum fender with the striking black.
Closed-in chain.
And it's all polished up beautifully. Well done, Jim. Bravo. What a beauty. This is a Matador Mark III. I've always liked these vintage trail bikes with the aluminum fenders, and this one just I guess if you closed your eyes and pictured what one could look like, this would be it.
Yeah, the aluminum fenders weren't too good in endurance.
They get crushed real quick, wouldn't
Well,
they?
yeah, well, if the wheel breaks off and then the mud comes over the front.
And that's where our friend Preston Petty got his start, right?
You tie your coat on the front so you don't get covered with mud.
Beautifully done. I would guess you spent hours and hours and hours polishing aluminum on this one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at it from the outside looking in, and I would guesstimate you've got at least 50 hours of aluminum polishing just in this one bike.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of work. We just did, have you seen the bike we built for Kenny's 20th birthday, the 1989 CR500?
No.
Well, Billy Blythe does aluminum polishing. The guy he works with us full time now. He's one of our techs now. And he polished Kenny's head. He spent over 30 hours just on the cylinder head and jug. And then he did the swing arm and the triple clamps. He's got 50 hours into aluminum polishing. And so I know you've got 50 hours in on this one. You can tell that it's a labor of love for sure. And you're definitely not watching. You can't accomplish this kind of work here watching TV and wasting time. This has been Jim's passion and a labor of love his whole life. He never sells his bikes. None of these bikes are for sale. This is Jim's labor of love and preserving.
I don't want to sell the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Now where's this?
It's not over yet, folks. This is just one room of many rooms Jim has here. It's difficult to take it all in, and I'm grateful he's allowing me to photograph this, and because you're gonna have to watch this 2 or 3 times to take it all in, or pause it and rewind it. This is back in the 70s when it was politically correct to have gorgeous women scantily clad in your ads.
That was made 400 years ago. Man.
Nowadays, the left wing would just, you know what it is.
Straight up the hill.
No.
This is the ocean. Hey, honey, if this was a small, you'd look great in this.
What is this?
It's an OSA halter top.
There we go.
Jim, there's the legend of the Enduro where that went through the nudist colony.
Yeah.
Were you at that one?
Oh, yeah.
What exactly was that about?
What was the checkpoint in the nudist camp?
And you got a picture here somewhere of it, don't
yeah.
you?
They didn't tell us about it either.
Did that give you a little burst of energy to make it through the rest of the
I
race?
didn't know what the hell was going on.
You guys wanted to come back, huh? This is actually Tom Penton. If you've heard the Penton story, the Pentons have been here, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
True legends of the sport. Absolutely. Jim, the back room here has got some beauties in here. Let's take a peek back here. Wait till he turns the light on back here. You're in for a real treat. Look at this. Just stunning. Absolutely amazing collection of memorabilia. Lifetime labor of love here. Look at all the license plates from all over the country.
First one up there.
Which one?
54 or 3. I don't know.
The black and white 53?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, I bought the bike in 54.
Oh, you bought us at 54?
Yeah, I had a 53 plate on it.
Okay. So
Used Indian.
what is this, Jim?
Dragster.
Wow. Hey, maybe we should fire this up for the 500 shootout next summer and come show the young punks what's up. Now,
Yeah, I almost didn't get it. It was in the chicken coop covered up with junk. Some guy thought it's a dragster in there, you can take it, you know. So I dug it out and
it's
the key was
beautiful.
rung off in the flywheel and fix it. And we tore up and down the road with it a few times.
It's beautiful. Do you ever find out what he did in the quarter mile with it? Because it was
I
probably...
asked him, I met the guy that made it, and he said, "Oh, we did good." That's all he said.
Wow. You'll never see another one, folks. No, you won't. 67 OSA Wildfire 230. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this.
That one don't run. Never got that running.
It looks cool, though.
Hand shifter.
It is just awesome. Springer front end.
Yeah.
Now, what is this, Jim?
CZ.
CZ. Czechoslovakian. If you've never seen one before, don't feel bad. Neither have I. And this is what I do for a living. So. And now we get to the Hodaka Dirt Squirt. There'll be a lot of cool Japanese bikes upstairs you'll see. So stay tuned. This is a Dirt Squirt. Now, that was back when they had a sense, manufacturers had a sense of humor. They had the Dirt Squirt, the Road Toad.
Everybody remembers them names.
Yeah.
Yeah, how can you forget a chrome tanked dirt bike? It was every 15-year-old's desire. Wow.
Really? Oh, goodness.
Here you've got a Rickman. This guy's holding a number 1 plate. What's up with that? Did he win a championship or something?
He must have.
That's the guy that raced. I got the bike, but I don't think it's the same one.
I think he gets his hair cut the same place I cut my hair, which is nowhere. Haven't cut it in years. He got maybe beat by a decade. Although at my age, my hair doesn't grow very fast anymore. So, but hey, I count my blessings. It's not falling out.
Yes.
My brother's bald as a cue ball. 2 years older than me. He got all the ladies younger in life because he had long blonde hair. Now he's bald, and look who laughs last. Me. I've got the pretty blonde.
You're terrible.
I am. But you love it.
That stands for there.
Wow, look at that. That is cool. Dot. Well, what's the scoop with that, Jim?
Devoid of trouble.
Is that really the name of the bike?
Yeah.
Yep.
The manufacturer, they had a sense of humor too, right? Devoid of trouble. Now, were they really devoid of trouble?
Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna. It's got a Villiers motor in it.
Yeah.
Wow, that is just beautiful.
It's got a lead link front end too.
Yeah, that's a sexy little bike right there.
Heavy, very heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Have you ridden this one?
Yeah.
Look at all the full bore boots. Did you restore the boots too?
Yeah, shine them up.
Wow. What can't you do, Jim?
CD sitting book there on that.
Wow.
Wow.
So he can maintain the farm. He can rebuild the bikes from the frame up. He's the curator, the mechanic. He does it all here. Let me guess. You probably even did electrical work here for the lighting, didn't you?
No, I had an electrician do it.
Okay. You got to draw the line somewhere, right?
I used to do it.
This Penton 6 Days this is one of my favorites. It's just something about the green, that dark green color on the 6 Day with
I
the
get
chrome fender.
the whole Penton family signed it.
That is a beauty. The whole Penton family signed it?
Yeah, I see the signatures.
Wow. Al Bourne, Tom Penton, John Penton. How old is John now? He's got to be 90 now, right?
Yeah.
We were all at Mid Ohio. Were you there this year?
No.
No.
You coming this year? You got to come.
You gotta come.
You got to do the lap, Legend of the Champions lap one more time.
I know, we gotta go out there again. I'll film you.
Jim came to the Mid Ohio thing and he rode a vintage Honda 250 Enduro.
Yeah.
Christy and I were on a KZ 1000 or something.
Yep.
I started dead last and passed everybody, and then they told me it's not a race, so knock it off. So I almost got kicked off. That was fun though, wasn't it, Jim?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely got to come this year. Just fly out and we'll pick you up at the airport.
Try it.
This is a beautiful color too. Is this Hugger orange here? This is what color is this?
I know that's orange. I think that's an original.
They really had a.
Yeah, this is original. This one.
That's an original one. So there's just something about the orange with the gold and white, and then like this gold with the orange and black. They really had a knack at picking colors, didn't they? When you say this is original, this is one you have not restored. So this is
Well, the fenders and the fiberglass is
original.
original. Yeah.
What are the odds of finding one like that? Because most of them got smashed and crashed
Well,
and broken and busted. And
I think the fender came from one place and the tank from a different.
but you did not polish the aluminum on this one. This is original.
No, yeah.
Original. This is what we'll call original patina, then, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Probably one of the nicest 71 Osas on the planet remaining original. Now, your other ones restored are nicest for the fact that they're finally restored,
Well,
but
it's best to leave them if they're in good shape.
you just don't find them like that, do you?
No.
Because guys like you and me rode them into the ground, and you had to resurrect them.
Yeah, we run them in the ground and somebody gets a hold of them, the kids get a hold of them.
Yeah.
This is a cool piece. It's a low front.
That's their first trials bike.
Wow, what a beauty. So that was the first year of the OSA trials
Well,
bike?
it was the first year, but it was the one before the...
Beautifully restored. Beautiful, beautiful. What's this one here? Is that a cafe racer or
It's a road racer. We built that, 10 years ago or so.
250?
Yeah.
The motor looks bigger on that one for some reason. I don't know if the tank's a little smaller or because there's no number plate. The motor looks big.
The guy raced it up the load a couple of times. He got a second, but that's...
Wow, Cliff Godfrey raced it. This is a what does MAR stand for? Mick Andrews replica, right? This looks different than the other Mick Andrews replicas, though.
Yeah, that's a 350.
Oh wow, it's a big boy.
Well, I think it's a 310, really. They call it a 350.
Must be a bigger bore or stroke or something, right?
Well, he just bored it out.
What's this one here?
That's the same as this one.
That's a trials. It looks tall. And now we got a Rokon. Here's something you won't see too often. We've got a bunch of these at the museum. This is a 1976 American Spirit decal there. Lay down shocks. Shocks motor, like a snowmobile motor almost, right? You got a OSA 6 day. Another OSA. A blue and orange OSA flat tracker. Here's a Dalesman.
That's English.
That's an English bike. You got a tote goat over here. What a beautiful piece. Wow. 48th International 6-Day Trials. And this is Pathfinder's MC Motorcycle Hall of Fame Museum.
Yeah, that's when I had the reunion here.
Wow. What is the Motorcycle Hall of Fame Museum?
That's the AMA, the American.
AMA sponsored that event?
Yeah.
Wow. So this was signed by some of the movers and shakers of the industry.
All the big dogs.
All the big champion guys, championship racers. So this was a 30th anniversary reunion of the 48th International 6-Day Trials, right?
Yeah.
So mostly these guys were all vet riders at that point, right? They were all 50 and up.
All over. It was
Wow.
a great event.
Are you going to do it again?
No.
Why?
They're talking about having a get together though.
If you do, let me know. I'd like to be a part of it for sure.
He just mentioned, see that they always had a ride.
Yeah,
He said, guys are getting old and stuff now. And
right.
we'll just have just a get party.
Yeah, they just kind of
They-
get together and talk about.
They don't want to race anymore. Yeah.
Reminisce.
That's why our 500 shootout was just a drag race again across a grass field because we're all too old to do the jumps anymore.
So, we're just gonna have a dinner and a get together.
There you
They're
go.
just talking about it, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it's nice. Yeah.
What would it be? How many years would it have been? 30th. The 30th anniversary was what year?
03.
03. Shit, that was 16 years ago. Holy shit! The older we get, the faster it's going. So if that was 16 years ago, it would be the 47th.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to have a 50th. That'll be coming up in a couple years. There's another Mick Andrews, the Tote Goat, which a lot of people got their start on these little mini bikes. That's a cool piece. Here's a beautiful OSA, another Bultaco. Now this is a beautiful paint job. This is a Captain America edition right here.
I didn't do
Waiting
that
for you
one.
to come on that.
Love the paint
I
job.
like that.
Hold on a second, honey. See.